Welcome to your beautiful day. I'm Jen Mog, Mother of Gratitude, the Gratitude Radio Network, and we have a special program for you today. I am so excited, and I'm also excited that we have the production company that I'm a part of, which is Firestrike. We have Terry Hopkins in the house. Hello. Man of a lot of words. And we also have with us Neil Haley from the Neil Haley Show. Hey, Neil.
Hey, what's going on, Jen? Excited about our guest and excited about always learning the art of filmmaking. It's so interesting.
Pretty awesome. And also we have Pearl Sharenza, who's a life coach. Hey, Pearl.
Hey everybody, good to be here. I'm excited about to seeing how we're getting back to somewhat normal now with filmmaking too. So way to go.
Yeah, it's great to finally be back to the promotion end of things. And I'm Mukesh, you agree with me as well. Like to hearing about finally promotions of movies more and things going a little bit more semi back to normal, right? We're getting there, right?
Yes, we are
Well,
getting yes.
sorry, without further ado, I want to be able to introduce our amazing guest today because he has a feature film that's The Elevator. It's a dramatic family film based on true events, which is one of my favorite things as being a filmmaker, and also starring Oscar-nominated actor Eric Roberts. Thank you so much for being with us, Mukesh Madi.
Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate, and thank you, the Neil Haley Show, for inviting me on this. Thank you, Pearl, to be part of this. Um, Go ahead, Jen.
Thank you, thank you. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and becoming a filmmaker.
Okay. See, I always liked the glamour life, and I always wanted to be to produce movie or be in the part of the filmmaking and all. But unfortunately, it took little longer time because like I was born and raised in India, and I'm from the middle class family. So like I chose to be in the fashion industry, then the filmmaking till the time I have my own money. So I used to live in LA in 2002 and 2003. That's where I started learning. Went to the school to how to make movies. Since then, I wanted to be start making a movie, and once after from the fashion business, I had my money, so I wrote the story, and then I produced the movie.
Awesome. Fantastic. And I think that's a great thing that you found that's more of your passion, filmmaking, than fashion, would you say?
It's like it was always my passion.
So your passion projects or films where the money you made was in fashion.
In the fashion industry, yes, which I'm still have it. I have my own men's line, which I supply to major discounted stores all over US.
Very interesting. Okay. All right, Pearl, your question.
So I think it's so cool that you knew it sounded like you knew at a young age you really wanted to go into this path, right? And so
Yeah.
you found that way of doing it through doing, the clothing in the garment industry, right? And
Yes.
so are you finding that it's bridging the two of them together? Are you finding you're using it in the film industry? Use that to raise your money. So now that you're coming on the other side of doing your film, are you finding which one you really like the most? I mean, it sounds like you're more into the directing the film. So where's your passion, and what do you see next as you build on this?
See, I'm very happy doing both, and I love doing both. See, like if you don't love your work, then you're working. When you love your work, then you're not working. You're doing what you want to do in your life. So that's what, and I'm enjoying it. What I do. So, and I love to do both the things. And I'm not going to give up my fashion business, because that's where I made a lot of money.
That's smart, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't give up on what makes you money, but you have to have your passions as well. It's like I have my digital marketing agency and I have my PR agency, but also I love radio and television. And if I could do that all the time, I would do that all the time. But there's other things that pay me after that fact. So that's the thing. You can do all this, but combine them all together. It's a great thing. But you said to yourself, okay, I love doing this, but I got to do also the other. So they're interesting. Okay, Jen, next question.
Madi, how did you break into the fashion industry?
Uh, as I mentioned, I always wanted, like I always liked the glamorous life. I always wanted to be. So I went to learn textile back in India, which is one of the biggest college university in Asia. That's where I learned my diploma of in the textile, and then I joined the garment industry.
So is that a tough process to break in to that industry to be successful?
Not really. I don't believe in that. I only believe one thing, that if any human being can do anything, I can do it. That's what I believe in. So nothing is tough. Is your dedication, is your hard working, and some luck, I would say. But the luck only comes if you work hard.
I love your mantra. I absolutely adore your mantra. That is incredible. Pearl, what do you think? Because that's right up your alley.
So what I think is really cool, so Mukesh, I'm a life coach, and I talk a lot about like leaning into your passion. And when you lean into your passion, like we all have that gift inside of us. So your gift is filmmaking and the garment area, right? So you've leaned into that passion, and when we lean into that passion, whether it's also leaning into a fear of, is it going to be successful or not, right? And so when we do that, that gift that you have inside, if you don't let it come out, I can't receive that gift, right? Others can't receive that gift. And I think it's really awesome to take like where you've come from and walking and finding your dream, and you're leading into that dream now, right? And so those that follow you from like even from your country, and even young adults here in our country, to watch you lean into that and that gift, I think it's really amazing. And do you find that any of the proteges that are younger than you, that and from your country, that are trying to come into this industry, do you find them reaching out to you, and have you thought about reaching a platform to share that with how you did this?
Yes, definitely. Once few people find out, like or through my social media, my Facebook and all, yeah, few people did approach me, like they want to produce, they want some support, and I'm ready to help whomever I can. Definitely.
That's great. Now, okay, so basically, let's talk about how this started. Is this the first film you've made? Is Elevator, or have you made other films before that?
Now that's my first feature film. I did make one documentary movie, which is like 10 minutes. It's called The Vision. It is like kind of a motivate the community, the motivate the people.
Right.
Neat. How did you come up with the idea?
Of that the documentary movie.
Mhm. Yeah, for
Ac-
the documentary.
Okay, so what happened actually? I was talking to back in New York with one of the persons, like I want to get into the movie, and I wanted, like I was looking for like online and googling whom I can find. So I found one person, and then I had a meeting with him, and then I said, listen, I have to go to India. Before I said, why are you going to India? See, I go to India once in a year, and I sponsor free medical checkup and free eye surgery. So I sponsor the whole thing, where between 1,200 to 1,500 patients comes. So I go once in a
Great.
year there. So when I was talking to him, he said, "Oh wow, that's amazing. How about we make documentary movie on that?" I said, that's a great idea. So that's how I made that movie.
Wow, and that's awesome because it's again they tell us how you decide to help people like that in India. What was the
Yes, like
mindset for
it's
that?
the idea is to that if I can go back to India and help the needy people, I'm sure if they see my movie, they can also go and they can do whatever. That's the kind of like motivate the people.
That's great. Good, Pro.
Sorry, I could. So I think, because I think that's awesome, because I think it's really important that we take care of our community as well. So watching you take care of the community, I think is really just amazing, and I love that you're doing that. So I love to know more about this film, The Elevator. Tell us more about your upcoming film.
Okay. So as mentioned, Jan has already mentioned, is based on the true event. It's a family drama, which I would say 98% of the people will connect to this movie, and they will understand, yeah, it can happen to them, and it must have already happened to a lot of people already. And it's like the message which I want to give to the community and to the audience, that be prepared. You don't know what can happen in the life. Are you prepared for it? Like, are you ready? Do not leave anything pending. Keep finish your job. Stay spend time with your family. And to make this like G-rated or PG-rated, the idea is to make uh, film which is family drama, so then the everybody can watch together. And I think this is the right time, this pandemic situation, where all the families are together and they can watch. So so that's the movie about it. I don't want to talk much about the movie,
No, that's
but
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about the logistics of it. That's it. Not telling the story. I got you. All right, Jen. Next question.
Terry.
Eric
Terry
Roberts.
wants to ask something.
Yeah, yeah. What's it like working with Eric Roberts? Never worked with a guy.
He is amazing. He is such a sweetheart. He is so friendly. Oh my God. Like he's cool. He's cool. He's
I,
amazing.
I interviewed Eric and his wife, and oh my gosh, it was the Eric Roberts I saw in films and movies and TV was not the Eric Roberts I met as a person. Wouldn't you agree? It's a completely, they're different people. And he's not the villain, at least in the different villain. He's a really laid back guy, isn't he? That's what I learned from doing an interview with him.
Right.
Where did you film it?
We filmed in New York.
Mhm.
Are they pretty much open in New York now as far as
No,
filming and
I
set?
honestly we had a shoot, like we did shoot in 2019 before
Oh,
pandemic, but it got little delayed because of the pandemic in post production.
yep.
Right.
We did in September 2019.
That's
September, October.
incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible
you
distribution.
were lucky. Well, you're talking about distribution. Is that what you're out in LA for right now?
Yes, I'm LA to just finish the few things which I think will be done in a couple of weeks, and then having a meeting with Paramount and also Miramax, and also like one of the guy who has a connection with the Netflix. So I'm meeting with few people at the same time.
Good, good. Sounds like you're on the right path, my friend.
I believe so.
Yep.
That's it.
That's cross fingers for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, Pearl, next question.
So do you have a target date when you are trying to premiere it, and where you're going to premiere it on Netflix only?
No, see, we are planning to go out everywhere. And who are going to give us the more money, we're going to give it to them. I mean, that's what it should be anyway. So we are targeting Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Hallmark, uh, as I mentioned, Paramount. Then I'm trying Disney, but I'm not sure about the Disney whether they will like or they will be interested in this kind of movie or not. But we're going to approach everyone.
So is this completely your project, your story and stuff? As the
Yes,
film? Yeah.
this
Okay.
is it's a based on a true event, not the whole entire story is the true, but the event is the based on the true event. And I as I mentioned before, and people will, when the audience is going to see it, I can say around 40 to, I mean, I would say 60% people will think, oh, it's my story.
Gotcha. So you certain parts of it is your story, other parts are not.
Yes.
To make it more. So did you write the whole thing? Did you write the screenplay too?
No, I didn't write the screenplay. That was written by somebody else. I just, it was my story, but I hired somebody to write the script.
Gotcha. Okay. Good, Jen.
That's really smart. That's really, really smart. What are some other things that you want to do being a filmmaker? What are some other films that you want to put together?
See, as well, I want to see how far I go with the first movie, and of course, I've written the second story and third story. I have 3-4 story already written myself, and I just finished the script of the second movie. I wrote like 60 pages, and then I hired somebody else to write another 30 pages, so that the person is writing the second story. Uh, Other than that, as mentioned, like I like fashion business, which I do, and then other than that, I like to give back to community. So I do, like, I was a president of the Rotary Club. I'm sure you know the Rotary Club, guys know. So like,
Yes.
the Rotary Club is like a Lions Club, same thing. We normally do charity work. That's what we do. So I love doing that.
I am a fellow Rotarian as well.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, so I love that you're doing that as well. So when you looked at the cast, did you have an idea who you were looking to cast for this movie, or how did
Yeah.
the cast come about?
No, I had a pretty much good idea about it, and yes, definitely Eric Robert was not here in my mind,
Okay.
but I had somebody else. But then it's difficult, you know, it's not always easy that whatever you want, you get it. You know, as long as you're ready to adjust, you're ready to compromise, and and as long as it works for you, it's fine. So then somehow we got connected with Eric Roberts, and when I heard Eric Roberts, I said, "That's amazing. I definitely want to work with him."
Right.
And then he loved the story. That's why he said, "I will do it." He wanted to read the script. Once he read the script, he agreed on it.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk about that processes, sometimes finding the right person to play a certain part, and then you find that person, they end up fitting the role perfectly after the fact. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit? Because you weren't thinking Eric Roberts, but Eric worked out perfectly, right?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
So more cash, is Eric's role, is it more of the hero? Is he, what is his character?
He is the lead actor role. He's the leading actor. He's the like family man
Mhm.
with the three kids. And the story is like, I'm going to share some of them. Uh, he has to go on Saturday to work because some important work he has to finish. And the same day, his daughter birthday. So he has to come back early for his daughter birthday. But the he has a different destination, different destiny, I would say. And so he could not come on time. And the family, and I would say there's something uh, looking like Eric Robert. There was an accident, so family got to know there was an accident on his street, and they rushed to the hospital. So that's kind of the story.
Okay. And then we'll learn from there. Okay, awesome. Good, Pearl.
So you are staying in LA for a little bit and going back to New York, and then I know you've got the other couple of stories. What's your big, like, if you could do your big dream role or a film you would want to do? What's your big dream film you'd like to make?
So far, Pearl, I would say grace of God, and I would say thank God. Whatever dream I had is all fulfilled so far. Whatever I wanted to do it so far is all done. My next dream, which I have, is I want to open up a free school in India, to educate the needy people, to the people who can't afford to go to school, the kids. So that's my biggest dream. I would say that I want to open up a school there where the kids can get a free education, free costumes, free food,
That's great.
everything free. That's my biggest dream.
Definitely paying it forward, right, Jen?
I think we can help make that happen because I want to talk to you off camera about that when I was about to write out what charities in India, because that's what I'm looking for as the mother of gratitude. It's a part of my heart, especially if you're doing a school in India. Gratitude Radio Network would be interested in that and partnering you.
Thank you. I appreciate, Jen.
Yeah, more cash. This is perfect. I absolutely love what you're doing and going after your dream and going into fashion. And I have some friends over there that are doing the same thing. I don't think Robin and his family have gotten into film yet, but my God, they look amazing. And there's no colors like the colors of India.
True.
So, Mukesh, I'm looking at things, what's happening in your native land of India. How do you feel right now? Well, what's happening? I mean, it's just terrible. We're seeing it from our lens, from the United States, and I have people that I know in India. What are your thoughts? Do you want to speak about that?
Sure, sure. Why not? Means definitely it felt terrible, feels sad what's happening right now. If it doesn't matter whether it's India or anywhere, when the people are dying, for no reason, because of this pandemic, it breaks our heart. It doesn't matter. Last time we had the same kind of situation in New York. So like it's really like a sad part, and which is we can't control this. Like right now they're trying, everybody's trying their best, but this virus, uh, I don't know how to control. And right now, as compared to India, which is not as a good infrastructure what you have in the United States or in Europe. But if you compare uh, with United States or any other country, percentage wise, if you go the percentage wise, because the India is the second largest population, which is a 4.25% more,
Wow.
4.25 times more than the US population. So
Yeah.
you see the numbers high automatically. But percentage wise, if you go, the mortality rate of percentage is just a 1%. And if all over together with the total population is 1.9% of the total cases, as compared to US is 9.8% total cases. But but if you see the numbers are high because the population is high. And right now, as you know, we don't have good infrastructure. We do not have many hospitals, but people are very helpful in India at the same time. Like a lot of churches, just an example, we call temples, they converted it into the hospitals. So people are helping. And we have sent, like from our community, we sent 5,000 oxygen concentrator from US to India, to just give away.
Fabulous. Okay, Jen. I know you have your gratitude question for Mukesh.
Thank you. Thank you. Every episode, we always ask the same question. And it's so inspiring for other people. And that is, what was your gratitude moment, Mukesh, where your life changed, where it pivoted and it brought you where you are today? That gratitude moment. Can you share that with us?
It's tough one. Is See, honestly, I have learned from so many people, because I worked, uh, started in India, then I moved to Dubai, and then New York. So I am thankful, and I of course I give gratitude to every people whom I work with, because I've learned something from someone every time. So I would say definitely to everyone. But the best thing which I learned, if you want to ask me that, I learned from my father. My father used to say that if you want to get heaven, if you want heaven, you have to die for it. If someone else will die, you will not get heaven. What does it mean is, if you want to get something done, you have to work for it. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the thing.
Yes.
That's what I learned from my father and followed that. And I always believe in hardworking, and that's what I would say. So gratitude to a lot of people. I can't just give only 1%, because I learned from many people.
Okay,
Good
great.
answer. Thank you so much for sharing that gratitude answer with us.
Thank you.
And Pearl, do you have any last thoughts? Anything to say?
No, I just want to say that, Mukesh, I just love it that you are, as a fellow Rotarian, you are, definitely paying it forward, taking care of the community. And, I think it's a beautiful thing, especially with everything that's going on in your country and what we've been through the past year. I just think it's a beautiful thing that you are doing that. And I want to thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jen, go ahead and close it out.
Thank you. Mukesh, where can we find your information? Where can we find the elevator? Can you give us your
See,
info?
we are, as of course, on IMDb, definitely, like, okay. And then we are on Hollywood Digest. We are on Party Press, Party Press, whatever. We are on BuzzFeed. We are also on PVA magazine. And of course, it'll be more. We'll keep updating. If you Google it, we are on the first page. If you Google Mukesh Modi movie, The Elevator, we are on the first page.
Good. Okay. That's the big thing. All right. Well, we appreciate it. I just again I'm blown away by how you're living your mission to help others through your success and paying it forward with your goals. And your goal of the school is a tremendous goal. And I have some people also that have that same mindset that are successful in India that look at, hey, how can we pay it forward? And that's fantastic for sure. So back to you, Jen.
Thank you. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Mukesh. We have had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with director and filmmaker Mukesh Madi for his feature film, The Elevator, a dramatic family film based on true events and starring Oscar-nominated actor Eric Roberts. You have to check this movie out and check him out on IMDb. Thank you so much for listening and for being with us today. And Firestrike, how can I forget? Terry Hopkins with Firestrike for all the movies that we make. I hope wherever you go, you have gratitude with you. And as we've learned today from More Cash, nothing is hard, everything is easy if you put your mind to it. And don't leave anything pending in your life. And that is definitely a gratitude moment in itself. So as I always say, you are blessed, you are loved, and you are sacred. Mwah. I love you. Have a
Thank you.
beautiful
We
day.
love you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate everyone. Thank you.